Hello everybody, welcome back once again. I've got a very quick Final Fantasy 13 video for you here. I was just going through after having not played for, many years. And for one thing, realized that I had never actually done a Aegisol farming video. And then on top of that, I kind of wanted to find, or see if I could find a better spot in. This spot actually does seem to be a little bit better. So when I made my walkthrough many years ago, I actually farmed the Thexaran or something like that enemy. It's basically right when you get to Chapter 4, and you've got just lightning and hope. But I think that this spot is just a little bit better for a couple of reasons. One thing, this enemy has a lower target time anyway than the Thexaran, and then on top of that, we can actually upgrade our gear just a little bit, which can help bring our target time down. So let me just show you here what I'm equipped with now. Saz and Vanille, unfortunately, though, at this point in the game, still only have one accessory. So we would have been able to, get our target time down even lower had that, or had these two been able to get more accessories, right? Because we would be able to boost up our stats even higher. But anyways, as of right now, I've got an upgraded power wristband, or it's a starred out, right? That's like a level 6 or something like that. That's when it hits star, and same with magician mark. So that is bringing our target time down a bit, right? Because every time you upgrade your stats, that actually brings your target times down, which is good for this, right? We want our target times as low as we can possibly go, because when you're farming the shrouds, that's the Deceptisol, Fortisol, and Aegisol. In this case, the Aegisol specifically, you actually want to get really bad battle ratings. Right, you want to have 0 stars basically, and for every actually I can't remember what the basically like losing a star, like how much that increases your drop rates. But my understanding is here, and let me just see. This is Vile Peaks. In the Vile Peaks, you've got a 6% chance, I believe it is, chance of getting Aegisol, which is the best drop rate in the game, or the best place to farm Aegisol, right, is here, because it's the highest drop rate. And then on top of that, when you get the 0 stars, it actually boosts that up to like a 48%. So unfortunately, the drop rates are never as good as the Deceptisol and Fortisol from early on in the game, but this is still the best spot to get it. But anyways, let's get started. Let's head on down here to where this bomb is at. I guess I should also say that even if you're not able to upgrade your gear right now, because that can be, it can take a little bit of foresight, right? Like I farmed, some other areas a little bit, and that was kind of what got me to, some of the organic materials that made it easier to upgrade my stuff that I've got here. But, oh, and here the battle went too quickly. We'll have to try this again. Usually I don't have to actually input anything, and the enemy lives long enough to get a 0 star rating. But after the battle is over, basically you just want to run up here, and then we'll kind of check. And it's usually not respawned right away, so we'll have to run. I usually have to run up one more time, just briefly. So I come back a little bit, and then I go back, and it looks like it's still not respawned, so we'll try one more time here. There it goes. Basically, that's how I do it, right? I just run back and forth up there, kind of just far enough away so that I can still see where we had defeated the previous one, right? Because you can always see the yellow X on the mini map there. But so preemptives are usually better, because the bomb, usually gets staggered. And let's just let him heal back up, and then I'm just going to let him self-destruct. I think almost every time that I've got a preemptive, I was able to You just let the bomb explode when it does self-destruct. Yeah, so not quite actually. So that was still 1 star. Yeah, so still no Aegisol. We'll do this one more time here. Actually, I'm gonna do this until I actually get one to drop. But so you know, sometimes all I need to do is hit it like 1 time, because what kind of the goal here is to actually to make sure that the bomb, you know, self-destructs at the right time. Basically, what'll happen is anytime the bomb gets to full health, that's when it'll use self-destruct. And actually, there's ways to kind of ding him down, you know, so that it doesn't use that quite so early. And so I may have to just do that. There, it just popped up. So this is probably the most annoying part of this process, is getting this thing to respawn, but it's not too bad. Alright, so we'll let this thing, I'm just gonna hit him once. That chunks him down again. So Saz is Commando, obviously, and Vanille is Saboteur. It's gonna blow anyway. That's alright. That should be enough time. Thump. Yeah, there you go. 21 seconds. That's great. And there's the Aegisol. So that is basically it. I do want to point out, though, a couple of things. One of the reasons why this is the best place is as far as I know, in the Vile Peaks. Again, this is the best drop rates for Aegisol. And then on top of that, this is the one, or the battle with the lowest target time, right? So let's just say we're fighting 3 enemies. Well, our target time for that battle is going to be way, way, way higher. And so that means that we need to spend more time in battle, right? And unfortunately, because of the way that farming Shrouds works, and the fact that you can only ever get 1 in a battle, it means that it actually doesn't help you to try to, you know, because it's just handled in a different way than the actual drops in the game. It doesn't do you any good to fight battles that have like multiple enemies, because your drop rate doesn't increase based on the number of enemies, right? Because it's not actually an enemy drop. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so again, we actually want to have battles where you're only fighting 1 enemy, have the target time really, really low, and then spend a little bit more time in that battle in order to, you know, basically get a 0-star rating. But that was 19 seconds. That might be the lowest, I guess, battle time that you can still get a 0-star rating. But anyways, that is pretty much it. I'm up to 48 Aegisol. I mean, I'm fairly certain I'm never gonna use that many. But I just found that this was a very good spot. I'm kind of curious also, if I was to upgrade their weapons, how much that would drop the battle's target time, and if that would make things even easier. I am going to do some testing with that, but I think that here with the 2 upgraded accessories, that's pretty much that's pretty viable right now. I'll just show you here how many components I have. So obviously, you know, if you're familiar with the game, you'll know that organic materials should be used first when you do upgrades, right? Because that's going to get you a better multiplier up to a maximum of 3. Now, I actually had a bunch of chipped fangs and wicked fangs from earlier farming. And then I think I had a bit more of the thickened hides as well, and torn leather, but not as many of those. I did have a ton of Seath Tears though, and that was from farming the the Deceptisol and Fortisol at the beginning of the game. I still do have a lot of these strange fluids though, enigmatic fluids, you know, quite a bit of these. So I still probably have enough to get like a 3 times modifier for something else. But the other issue with this area is, or actually I would say even at this point in the game, is it's actually difficult to farm cash. And the problem is, okay, great, so we get a bunch of these, you know, if you've got enough of these organic materials to get your multiplier up, well, that still doesn't really leave you with a whole lot of money to purchase the inorganic materials. So one of the things that you could do, which I really, honestly, I don't think that this is a good idea at all, but technically you can sell off your Aegisol because those are still farmable right here. But again, I don't think I'd really recommend doing that. I mean, you're only going to get 500 for each one of these, and at a 48% drop rate, you know, it'd be a kind of a nightmare, honestly, to try to make money at this specific spot. But anyways, like I said earlier, that those two accessories were, I think it's still pretty viable, just off of the drops that you would have got up to this point to upgrade those. So. Anyways, that is going to be it for this one. As always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.